But one thing I can always remember, when I would walk by the bathroom and Granny was standing in the bathroom and she was looking in the mirror putting her lipstick on, I said, we're going to town. Because the only time Granny would go to town was when she's in there putting her lipstick on. She'd clean up a little bit and we was going to go to town. I was always glad because we didn't go anywhere much at Granny's house. We stayed around there and there was always work that had to be done. And Papa wouldn't hardly run the air conditioner. They had them old box fans in the window and it was so hot. And but that's how you grew up and you didn't think as much about it then as you do now. But she had this old blue Maverick and we'd go and get in her car and we'd go to town. And that's when Granny started going to the laundromat then. And I loved going to the laundromat with Granny. We would go in there and they had these little buggies and I'd push them buggies around and act like it was my car. And they had these vending machines in there, the old vending machines where you would put the money and pull that little lever out and the candy would fall down in the bottom of the machine. And Granny would give me money to get my candy and then I'd want a soft drink and go in and put that money in and mash that button and the drink fall down. I just thought they was nothing like that. And so I always enjoyed going to the laundromat with Granny. And then she would go get her hair fixed at Fodale's. Granny lived in Sneedville, Tennessee, and she used to go to Fodale's. Well, she'd go in there and I'd go with her when she'd get her hair done. She only went once a week, and you know why she only had to go once a week? Because when she went to get her hair fixed, Fodale spray a whole can of hairspray on her hair. You couldn't hardly breathe, so much hairspray flying around everywhere. I just sat there. That's one thing I remember about being a little girl. Granny going and getting her hair fixed, and it stayed in place that whole week until she went back the next week to get her hair fixed. But then there was a drive-in there in Sneedville, and I'd say, Granny, can you take me and get me a hot fudge cake? And you know what she did? She took me to that